The term climbing the career ladder is used so often that you might think it happens by default. People rightfully celebrate securing a job or getting a promotion and typically expect the trend of career progress to continue. But that unfortunately isn't the case for a lot of us. For many of us, there comes a time in our careers where we experience a slowdown in progression, where we feel stuck in the same routine, and the more we repeat that daily cycle, the more uninspired and unmotivated we become. Slowly, due to this lack of motivation, our enthusiasm for the work declines, which affects our performance. We do barely enough to keep our jobs, but not enough to make any significant impact. And that is because at that point, we feel we're either not earning, not learning, or we simply can't see a way forward in our current roles. I know all too well how that feels because I've been there at several points in my career. But what exactly do you do when you find yourself feeling stuck or stagnant in your career? Let's talk about it. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeremy, and if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so because on this channel I speak about agile transformation, digital strategy, and personal development. I know all too well how it feels when your career seems to have stagnated and you feel stuck. One minute you feel like quitting and the next you're wondering if you should just stay put. The aspects of your work that used to excite you no longer do, and you're stuck trying to figure out how to get out of the same old routine. As with any problem, the best way to go about finding a solution is to identify what the root cause of that problem is. Once we know why we are where we are, then that can inform what steps we take in order to make the change so we ensure that we don't end up getting stuck in the same rut. So I'm first going to highlight a few of the most common reasons why people tend to experience career stagnation and then move on to some of the actions that you can take to get those wheels turning again. So I'll start off with the reasons. The first one is you just aren't sure of your career trajectory. Sometimes we feel stuck because we can't see a way forward in the current roles or the careers in which we find ourselves. Sometimes we got a job in a specific career field simply because that was the course we took in college, or that was the only job we could get, and we had to deviate from what we actually studied just to meet our economic needs. But now, after some years on the job, you really can't tell if this is where you see yourself growing in the next couple of years, or there is an evident glass ceiling that you have observed in your department or in your field, which kills your hopes of progress. This is a common situation that could cause stress in your career. Another is that you stay too long because you're afraid of change or risk. And when you stay too long in the same job and get too comfortable in your routine, it becomes very difficult to make the necessary changes because one, you're in a very familiar comfort zone, and two, you begin to worry about the outcome of risk because you haven't taken any before. One day you're done, the next you want to resign, but then you're worried about the next job being worse or as bad as the one you're currently in. And that feeds into the next reason, which is you've convinced yourself to wait and see if a change will happen. Sometimes it may not even be an aversion towards risk and change that holds us back. Rather, it could be something more noble like loyalty. Sometimes our commitment to the company runs so deep that despite the evident lack of progress and contentment we're feeling, we decide to wait and see if a change will happen that will turn the situation around and bring more fulfillment to the job that we're stuck in. But realistically, how often does that happen? Another is that you also don't know the value of your own skills. Maybe your role is also highly specialized, making it very hard to find transferable skills. Sometimes we just don't know how our skill set stacks up in the industry. We've probably been in the role so long and been so in tune with our jobs that our skill set becomes tailored to that specific role in that specific company. So when things become turbulent, we feel stuck because we honestly don't know if we can even get someone else to hire us with our current skill set. That also feeds into the fact that your skills may just be out of date. Sometimes we feel stuck because there have been rapid changes in our industry and we fail to keep pace. You either never acquired additional skills or you didn't diversify your skill sets enough, so whenever you see roles advertised, the requirements include skills that weren't traditionally a part of your role and you simply don't possess that skill set. Now, all these can be reasons why you may feel stuck in your career, and it's very important to have a talk with yourself and identify the root cause that might be unique to you. Now, the few I've mentioned is not an exhaustive list, and there may be others. Your values may not be aligned with the company. The role may be different from what you signed up for. You may be working with colleagues or a boss straight from hell. Whatever it is, you first need to trace the source of your frustration. Once that is done, then we can talk about what to do. And so here are some suggestions on what to do. First is to reevaluate your skill set and broaden your skills. Now, as mentioned, it's important to do an introspection of yourself and your skills at every point in time to determine if what you offer to the marketplace is still relevant and in demand. I had a former boss who always advised that regardless of whether you're happy in your career or not, at least once a year, you should apply for similar roles you see advertised and go through that interviewing and recruitment process, because it's the best way to gauge how your skills stack up in the industry. The worst case scenario is you don't get the job, but you already have one. What you do in the process is gain the knowledge and experience of your major selling point and your skills gaps. Now, with this knowledge of how marketable you are, then you can begin to work on acquiring the skills you require to move whenever, wherever you want. But it all starts with that honest introspection of yourself and your skills. Next is to address any unhelpful fears and be wary of excuses. For some people, activities like job searching, speaking with your line manager or your boss about salary increments or promotions spark some apprehension or some sort of fear internally. Sometimes it's difficult to admit it, and as a defense mechanism, we make up lots of excuses why we shouldn't take a step or make an effort. But in reality, it's because we have anxiety regarding making drastic changes, or we are afraid of rejection, or we're simply just indecisive. Here is the thing about excuses. Most of the time, they are legitimate and the truth. It's true that your boss can be difficult and unreasonable. It's true that you work from 7 to 9 and don't usually have time for personal development. It's true that you're a parent now and your kids demand your attention and time, which makes it difficult to focus on career progression. It's all true. But there's a popular quote that talks about this. Excuses will always be there for you, but opportunity will not. You can either have your excuses or make progress. If it's important to you, you will find a way, and if it's not, you'll find an excuse. So be aware of your fears and excuses that are preventing you from taking the necessary steps to move on in your career. Next is to grow your network before you need it. When it comes to your career, the one mistake you shouldn't make is to wait till you feel stuck before you start to expand your network. It goes without saying that regardless of how great you are in your career or field or job, who you know is very important when it comes to making a career change. So the best time to expand your network is right now. Do it now, don't waste any more time. Adam Grant, who is the author of the book Give and Take, says, you are 58% more likely to get a job from your weak ties than your strong ties. Now, your strong ties are those in your immediate circle, those you interact with often, and those that are your friends. And your weak ties are the extended circle, the friends of friends. Now, those people move in different circles than you, and they know different people, they have different connections, so they are more likely to introduce you to different and new opportunities. The key thing here is not to wait till you're feeling stuck to do that. So once again, do it now. Next is to build resilience by learning to embrace failure. Now, feeding off from the point about fear, building resilience is going to be your ability to bounce back from setbacks, regroup, and keep going. Challenges are a part of our lives and by extension, our careers. Resilience is required to get unstuck in your work, choose an alternative path, and achieve the results you want. Now, given that the world we live in is constantly changing and the only constant is uncertainty, your capacity to adapt and bounce back and respond to these unexpected events that life will keep throwing our way is a valuable life and job skill. You only achieve this by putting yourself out there, accepting that failure teaches you lessons, makes you stronger, and positions you better to overcome career stagnation. Finally, is to get out of your comfort zone. Now, this is basically an aggregation of everything I've mentioned prior. Sometimes in our careers, we tend to think we've gotten out of our comfort zone because we took a course, we did a master's degree or MBA, we applied for a new role or job and got it. However, you may not be aware that you've simply jumped from one comfort zone into a larger zone of comfort. Getting out of your comfort zone is not a once-off activity. It's a continuous pursuit of improvement and progress to make sure that we're well positioned to capitalize on any opportunities that come our way. You only get stuck if you stand still, so keep pushing yourself out of that zone of comfort, reassessing your toolkit and adding on more skills and more experience. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, do remember to hit the like button and drop me a comment on any thoughts that you may have. As always, the link is in the description for all who want to order my African themed prints at a discount. Enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.